to thank the presiding officer for taking a few moments so I can make my statement. I want to again thank my friend, the senator from Illinois, for his comments. And let me start by saying that it's heartening to hear the comments the majority leader made that we are close to an agreement to make sure that we don't put the American people or the great federal workers through another one of these 11th hour fire drills where we get to the brink of the precipice of shutting down our federal government. It's in that spirit that I rise today because, as many know, over the last year and a half or so, I have come here regularly to the floor of the Senate to continue a tradition that was started by Senator Kaufman from Delaware, where we recognize the contributions of great federal employees. And today, I'm pleased to honor another exceptional federal worker, Mr. John Merlino. Mr. Merlino is the Senate's assistant legislative clerk, working on the legislative team on the Office of the Secretary of the Senate. Mr. Merlino began his Senate career in 1994 as a Senate doorkeeper. He then joined the Secretary's legislative staff and has performed many of its functions, including the constitutional task of maintaining the Senate Journal. Another of Mr. Merlino's main responsibilities is to call the roll during votes and quorum calls. More importantly, he is also one of those special workers on the dais who have been known at times to actually keep new members, as they preside over the Senate, awake during chair. He's always ready with a good sports quip. He's known for a person who goes above and beyond the call of duty. Matter of fact, I know it was his birthday yesterday, and I've been planning this speech for some time. I wanted to make sure it was coincided with that important date for him. Secretary of the Senate, Nancy Erickson, noted that in addition to his hard work and attention to detail, and this is, I quote, "It is his great sense of humor that helps many of us keep smiling, especially during the Senate's late-night legislative sessions." A small cog in the greater legislative process, Mr. Merlino is a member of an often unrecognized but dedicated team that keeps the Senate running smoothly, and one that is charged with ensuring continuity of operation no matter what the situation. In fact, Mr. Merlino recently entered the history books. During a pro forma session held at the Postal Square building immediately following the earthquake in August, Mr. Merlino unknowingly became one of only two people, along with Senator Coons, to have spoken during the only official session of the Senate convened outside the Capitol building since 1814. The last time the Senate met outside the Capitol building for such a session was when the British troops burned the Capitol during the War of 1812. Again, so Mr. Merlino took his role in the history books of this great institution. I hope my colleagues, and I know the presiding officer, again, by spelling me from the chair this morning to allow me to make this statement, will join me in honoring Mr. Merlino, a fellow Virginian, for the excellent work he and the legislative team do each and every day, and for their commitment to public service. And it's in that sense of Mr. Merlino's commitment to public service that I know the presiding officer joins me in this, and that we get our work done today so that we can give this team and the literally couple other million federal workers across the country the sense that we're not going to shut down the government. They're going to be able to go into the holiday season with the recognition that the government will continue operating, but more importantly, that so many of us recognize the great work they do to keep this country moving forward. So with that, Mr. President, I yield the floor, and again, thank my good friend, Mr. Merlino, for his good work.